Hello. It's pretty late in the evening for me today. I hope everyone has had a really nice day, nice weekend. Today was a holiday Monday because we had Thanksgiving yesterday. Just got back from visiting my mom and my grand and granddad. A little bit of an impromptu get together, but it was really nice to see them. And yeah, we're just getting home. I've been thinking about this video today. I sat down to record during Jacob's nap, and I just didn't feel right. And I was like, no, just wait till later. So here we are. I took Sadie for a walk, and one of the things that came to my mind that I thought I would just share a little story about was an experience that I had on Sunday at work. And a little bit of backstory. I've just been thinking a lot. I mean, for quite some time. I think I've said it a few times in some videos. But I question. I have a lot of faith, but I question a lot of things because I feel like I haven't had these big moments, you know? I've had so many beautiful, subtle moments where I've realized that, you know, there has to be, it feels like there has to be some force. There's these beautiful synchronicities, and you're in the right spot at the right time, and things just seem to align really well. And I look at it and I'm like, oh, there's just got to be some beautiful divine plan, and you know, some helpers that are pushing you or pushing me towards where I need to go, what I need to do, where I need to be. And I listened to a video recently by Sonia Choquette. She's a spiritual coach, and she's been I'm gonna say in the game for a really long time. She's wrote a lot of books. She's well known, you know, in her spiritual community. And I was listening to one of her videos about connecting with your guides, and she said, you know, it's a lot of the time it's just a whisper. A lot of the time it's a nudge, it's a little thought, it's just this little jolt, it's just this little something, and it's this little burst of intuition that comes through, you know. And then the logical side of me is well, that could just be a cool thought, right? It's hard to know. It feels hard to extrapolate this little intuitive nudge with the presence of an angel or the presence of a guide. It can feel challenging to, you know, piece those two together. And so I've said for a long time, I've never had an angel come through to me and say I am Archangel Michael, and you know, I'm speaking through you. And other people I think do, and it's so easy to compare yourself to other people and be well, why do they have that experience? And I don't. It's I believe that there's angels around me. There's this beautiful divine protection, you know, the subtleties, you know, the little flicker of light. Anyways, and so I had this beautiful moment the other day. And so I work at a restaurant, and it's this vintage, it's all vintage decor, 30s to 70s, 30s to 80s. We have so much it's floor to ceiling vintage. And so we have all of these, you know, mismatched cups and plates, and you know, the fine bone china mugs and teapots and all of that, right? And so one of the interesting things about being there, and I'm gonna just as an aside, it's like there's so much borrowed energy in that place, as in like all of these items come from everywhere and from so many different people from decades ago. Like there's some plates that are worth like $500 in there, you know? Like there's some stuff that's like super rare, but it's like people used them, you know? And so many people come in and they're like, oh my God, my grandma had this, my grandpa had this, my great grandma, like we had the exact same thing, we had da da da. So it's like people come in and they like really connect to these objects because they hold memories for them. It's really beautiful. And so this couple came in. Oh, sorry, I should say. So we have this entire wall of like our there's like teapots, and then there's like 3 rows of mugs, and then like 3 rows of teacups and saucers and all of that, right? So whenever I serve tea or coffee, I'm usually drawn to like a specific combination to give people. And sometimes like I'm there and I'm like, oh, like I move things around and it's like that's just not right. And it's like I'm always drawn to giving certain cups to certain people. It's just always been like that. And I've had some really unique experiences, like, you know, there's a John mug, and like every once in a while, like I give it to a John. You know, there's a Florida mug, and I'll give it to someone and they're like, oh my gosh, we just got back from Florida. Like really fun things like that, right? And I think about how there's like these intuitive hits when I go back there, and it's like really beautiful because I just know that that person needs this mug. And it's something as simple as serving coffee, but like I'm like, I know that they need this mug. And so this couple came in on Sunday. They just came in for coffee, and it happened again where I went back, and like it was so clear, like without a doubt, my eyes went straight to this mug, this one mug. It went straight to this mug, and I knew it, and I picked it, and then I picked another one because there was a couple, and so I dropped off the mug, and the one that I had eyes with, I put it in front of the woman. And again, same thing. It just that's what it felt like, and instantly she was like, "Oh my God," and she started tearing up. And then I started feeling this like wave of emotion coming through me, and like she was tearing up, and then I started tearing up, and she's like, oh my God, this is the exact mug that my grandma had. And she's like, oh my God, just yesterday, like, and the story kind of trailed off, but she was indicating that yesterday, the day before, she saw me. She had, I think her grandma passed away, but she was thinking about her grandma, or there was something about her grandma the day before. And then she comes in to this restaurant, and then I place the mug that her grandma used to use in front of her to drink. And you know, she was so emotional, and I was so emotional, and I was like, thank you so much for sharing. And I told her, I said to her, I was like, every time I go back there, like I am drawn to specific cups for specific people. And I said I knew right away that this cup had to come to you. And she was like, thank you so much. And I was like, of course, right? And it was beautiful, and it was one of those reminders of like the magic and the beauty and the subtlety of these intuitive moments that are there for a reason. She didn't, like, every piece of the puzzle that had to be to get to that point in time so that experience can happen. You know, she had to have, you know, the thought of her grandma the day before. They had to then choose to come out to the restaurant. There's multiple servers there. Like, I was the one that showed up, so I was the one that got to, and then I had to choose that cup. And like, I just have to believe that there was this divine orchestration so that this beautiful woman could have this moment, you know? And I have to believe that her angels or her grandma or someone or something, some spiritual force was there to allow that moment to happen, to give her what she needed. And how fortunate am I that I got to bear witness. I got to be the channel or the something that the spirit moves through in order to give the gift. And like, that feels super special. And looping back to, the video I watched with Sonia, she was like, it would probably scare you if like an angel just appeared and like right there, and I'm sure that it does happen. Maybe, I don't know. I've heard stories. I used to work at this one restaurant. I used to work at this one restaurant, and with I never bared witness to any of the happenings, but it was said that it was haunted. And so many of the staff that were there late at night, there was like very specific stories about very specific rooms in this household. And it used to belong, so it was a house, and then it belonged to a family. And then obviously over the years it got sold, and then it got turned into a restaurant. And so multiple people throughout the years have said, there's like a little boy that was in the back room, and he's always there. And then in the upper, there was like an older woman. So there was like spirits in that home that people had seen. I had never experienced it. But then I remember being there, and there was a couple that came in, and they were telling me about their son. And because I don't know how we got on the topic, but it got up that other people have seen, and I want to say in that situation, spirits or ghosts, or I don't know exactly what you would say. But I had a couple that was like, oh yeah, like our son sees spirits. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah. And they were just so nonchalant about it. And I was like, I just like I haven't witnessed it. And like, I feel like there's this piece of me that's like, I just don't believe all of this. Like, I don't believe all of this because like I haven't seen it, and I'm trying to have all the faith and in that this, and it's like I used to say I don't know if God is real, but like I hope he is. And that was my way of being like, I hope, but I don't know. And like, I was like, there's no evidence of this. And I don't consciously feel that I've had an experience to say that I believe. It's like, I've seen this. I know this to be true. And so I have to believe through these other more subtle ways. And so Sonia was basically like, it would probably scare you, or, it's more about these like subtleties that bring you into this space of faith. And then there's the part of me that's like, yeah, but like I really would love like a big experience. I've had like a handful of like profound, like really special moments of what I would say like is awakening or belief, or I've had a handful of like really profound experiences. But like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like always wanting more, and I just have to look within myself to realize that that's not an appropriate ask of the universe, right? Everything is given in due time, and everything's given in good time, and the point is to just simply like have faith and trust that you know, there is this a spirit that runs through this world, and you know, depending on what you believe of entities and spirits and guides and all of that, it's like there is something, and if you are meant to be a part of that, it will reveal itself in due time, if it's meant to be. And so I'm just holding on to that. I keep feeling like my spiritual initiation is just like super slow. I just feel like, I don't know, it's just so me to be like, I want to be ahead of the game. I think it's, I just want to be ahead. I'm like, I feel like I'm a late bloomer, and I just feel like I have a lot to learn, and I'm like, come on, spiritual school, let's go. But in due time. In due time. Yeah, but that's my beautiful angelic story that I just wanted to share. It was so beautiful. I love those moments when I get to bear witness to, you know, healing moments of other people. It's just so nice. It's just so nice to know that in that moment that she felt comfort and love, and she felt the presence of a loved one, and that she got to have this experience. Like, it's just wonderful. Okay. And with that, my friends, we're signing off for this beautiful Monday night. I hope you are also well, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Bye-bye.